Hello and welcome. I'm Raziel, and so this is kind of a video long in the making because some things take a period of observation to really get to grips with their point at hand. And unfortunately, some of it takes a little longer than others. And this one, unfortunately, is one of those. I had to get a very clear picture of this before really commenting on it. I spoke about it last year, but in my opinion, it's got worse. All right, and that is the hypocrisy of the negative YouTubers. I don't know what to call them. Right, it's the ones that constantly uh, criticize Games Workshop. They're always negative. Now, if you've watched my channel, you know that I am not a GW fan and I prefer other companies, and which I'll always talk over if I had the chance over Games Workshop. Like, I'll talk about Warcraft, I'll talk about Parabellum, I will talk about Mantic. Those are great companies, I love them. Now, what I'm talking about now is you get these YouTubers, and what they do is they will talk negatively about Games Workshop. Most of it is very much needed. It's the discussion that needs to be done. You cannot bring out we can't fix a problem if it is not known about to the mass public. And where it really sort of goes wrong for me is that they never offer a solution. They never offer options. It's so rare to see someone put down Games Workshop and say, "Oh, their prices are too high, their rules suck, blah blah blah," right? And not once do they provide an option for you to go elsewhere. And it just seems weird to me because wargaming is a fantastic hobby. It is so vast, so big, and you can literally play. I would say you could play a different game a day, and you would not be you won't even scratch the surface after a year. Okay, that's hyperbole, but let's continue with that. So why not? I can never understand this. If a company, this is just capitalism talking. If a company isn't providing the needs and wants of its consumer, then it should die. Okay, that's just capitalism. It's a meritocratic state, and where the best should go to the top, and the worst should just die off. It's basic evolution, if anything else. But yeah, we just see these people constantly going, "Oh, Games Workshop sucks. Games Workshop's bad. Games Workshop." But let me continue talking about them because I'm not going to give you a suggestion or something else. I'm not going to tell you to go and play something else. And over the last year, because like I said, this has kind of taken a year because a lot of things happened within this space which needed to be spoken about. We had the boycott. Now, I've made my statement clear on the boycott. If you wish to boycott, go and play because it's a better game. Go where there's quality. It's always my stance. It's always going to be my stance. If something's better, play that. You do that. Don't get stuck on the brand loyalty. That's wrong. Don't get stuck because more people do something. That's wrong. Do go where it's just better. It's a better community. It's a better game. A better models. Doesn't matter. Wherever the quality is higher, that's where you should go. Basically, get your money's worth out of this hobby. And that's a hill I'll die on, and I will always say that. Quality is important. And, we were seeing comments like, "Oh, you can't give up playing Warhammer because you'll let them win." It's like, why? Why are you complaining about something when you can go somewhere else, play a better game, enjoy it more, have a better community because you just don't want other people playing your game? That's like a dog chasing a car. It doesn't know what it's going to do with it. It's going to have it, but has no clue, right? It really is that. And it just boggled my mind. This discussion that you cannot give up playing Warhammer because you can't let them win. And it's like, there's so much more you could have done. There's so much more games you can play, but don't let them have this, right? I can understand there's some sort of beachhead and blah blah blah, right? But no, it was just a silly comment and a silly statement to make. Boycott, but continue playing. It's like, that's not a boycott. Buy from eBay, third party, still not boycotting. Boycotting means stopping completely. I did for a year until my daughters decided to play Warhammer. And I was like, fine, you want to play Warhammer? We'll play Warhammer. That was always my argument. If she wanted to do it, then I was going to start up again. And I didn't talk about it for a long time. I lost many subscribers back then as well because I wasn't talking about Games Workshop. I was talking about everything else. But that's kind of what I was expecting. And I'm only a small channel, so it was a big hit for me. Anyway, and then you had Trench Crusade. And Trench Crusade came out. Well, it didn't come out. It was highly publicised. People going, oh, we're going to give up 40k. We're going to take Trench Crusade. That's going to be our new game. I looked at it. I went, no, I've seen this better. I've seen this style better. I'm not going to it. It looks like a fun game. I read the rules. It looks fun. But no, I don't like the style because I've seen the style done better. So that was my argument. And that's what I would stick to. And it's what I am still sticking to. Yet, they were like, oh, we got to do Trench Crusade. See, when I mess up like that, you know I'm not AI. You got to do Trench Crusade, blah, blah, blah. And then all of a sudden, they were being removed from Discord, etc., etc. And then Trench Crusade was the enemy. People were leaving Trench Crusade by the droves because, oh no, they would leave. Fine, right? They didn't like you, so you left. But where did you go to? You went back to Games Workshop. So when you didn't like Trench Crusade because they didn't agree with your politics, you decided after that to go back to Games Workshop, which you were leaving because of the same reason. You left Games Workshop, went to Trench Crusade. Trench Crusade didn't want you. You went back to Games Workshop. You didn't go to Mantic. You didn't go to Warcradle. You didn't go to Warlord. You didn't go to any other company. You just ran back to Games Workshop. See, this is the hypocrisy I cannot stand. I cannot stand that. It's like, we're leaving. Like, it was all boisterous. And then, no. And then if you looked at the Instagram of one of them, actually, I think both of them, actually had female Space Marines for sale on their Instagram, like 3D prints, right? That is actually on the Trench Crusade creators, 2 of them. Not the one who did more time, the other 2. Anyway. But no, they just ran back to Games Workshop. Because why not? Why not go back to where you were comfortable? And then continue complaining about that, but you just came back. And very few people, like these negative people, went, Trench Crusade, and then, you know what, I'm not going back to Games Workshop, I'm going somewhere. And they were going to one-page rules. One-page rules is fantastic, and I cannot speak about it high enough. I've said my complaint is that the models aren't models. Oh, ice cream, if you heard that. And, you know, they're basically single-molded, and that's not something I particularly like, it's just my choice. But if you do want to play one-page rules, you can play them with your 40k models, your Mantic models. It's a good game to play, and such a wide choice of models you can use for that. I can't put it down, to be honest with you, and I can't stop playing it either. Anyway, and then you see that started to blow up. Now, one-page rules, fantastic. I'm glad they are blowing up, right? I'm glad they're doing very well. I think it's fantastic, but as long as you keep supporting them as well, because they need to make money, guys. Like, they do. You cannot just download the free rules and expect that buy the STLs, buy the models. I do buy the models, even though I'm not a fan of building them because they're single molded. But that's just me. But also try other things. If you go to other companies, if you go and play Kings of War is a fantastic game. Firefight's a fantastic game. Halo Flashpoint is a brilliant game and is well worth playing. Wildest Exodus, I cannot speak highly enough because it's my favourite game and the models are fantastic. I enjoy playing Armored Clash, I just don't enjoy painting that scale. I love Conquest, especially First Blood, it's fun. And I always try to do that. If I'm going to speak negatively about something, I want to give people the options. They can go elsewhere. Like, give them a choice. Say, look, this isn't very good, try this instead. Okay? What have you got to lose? You're not enjoying this, try this. You might enjoy this. And that's always going to be my statement and what I believe and I say. Because I think it's the best way to be. If someone's just going, this sucks, and never offers a option or choice for you to try something else, that's when I think they fall apart. It's not right. It's not good for the marketplace. It's not good for anyone. Anyway, so that's my 10-minute rant on the hypocrites, and I don't like them. And I hope you like this video. And if you wish to save money on your wargaming, they have Conquest, Mantic, everything down below. It's Whaling Games up to 20% off and free delivery after £20. There is also Forbidden Planet for comics, DVDs, mangas, etc, etc, etc. There is my comics and merchandise if you want to support me personally and buy something I curated. and curated. Ha ha ha. There's that as well. Skyforge, good friend of mine. Click on the link. Let's get him up for Google algorithm. And finally, Patreon because business. Bye bye.